So contractor management is going to be where you can access your contractor's pre-qualification process and manage that within Flex EHS. So I am in the contractor's sort of dashboard, and this is where I can come in. So contractor management is going to be where you'll be able to visualize the pre-qualification process for your contractors. And you can access this within the contractors tab within KPA Flex EHS. And I'm in what we call the contractor dashboard. So here I have a lot of different widgets. Over here on my top left, this is the My Contractors widget. This is really telling me how many contractors I have approved in my system, how many are still working on requirements that I've given to them, how many I've denied, and how many haven't even logged into their system yet and haven't really started executing on those requirements yet. So when you're starting out with contractor management, you're going to hit these two buttons first. You're going to want to add in contractors to visualize within this format, and then you're going to want to create requirements for those contractors to execute upon. So requirements can be any number of things, but there are 4 formats in which we allow you to create these. The first is a custom form, and this is utilizing the same custom form builder as KPA Flex EHS. Now I can come in here and create a form called Are You Good at Safety? And I can add in a field in here, and I'll say, tell me about your current safety practices. I want this to be a paragraph, and now I can hit preview and see exactly what my form is going to look like for my contractors. And I can save this. So now I've just created a custom form for my contractors to be able to fill out. There are 3 other requirement types. Document uploads. This would be if your contractors need to provide to you something like a certificate of insurance. I could come in here and create that, and I could require an expiration date. I want my contractor to update this yearly based on that expiration date. Another thing that you can do within this modal is decide whether or not you want this requirement to be part of the compliance scoring. Scoring is going to be based on a percentage of completeness for all of the requirements that you've attached to your contractor. But you get to decide which requirements go into that and which requirements do not. Training is another requirement type that you can attach. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can either require proof of training. So let's say that the contractor's employees do group training. So maybe they have a certificate that they can just upload to you, or you could attach an online training course through our LMS system. So that would be something like a safety orientation. Also, you can include a policy sign-off if your company has one of those and requires signatures. This will allow them to just e-sign for that. So now that I have a list of requirements, now I'm able to group those requirements in any way that I want. So I could, for example, group based on location. I could group based on project or by vocation. It's really customized to however you want. So once I create my requirements, then I can start adding in contractors to this view, and you use this button right here. You can either select a contractor from our network, which is going to be a running list of all contractors that have been input in by other KPA clients, or you could create a new contractor using the form right here. When I create a new contractor and I input in their email address, that's going to trigger them to get a welcome email with a URL and basically a login for them. And then they're going to start to get the requirements that I've attached for them throughout that onboarding process. And then when they start submitting on those requirements, I'm going to start to get those submissions in my tasks pending. Then I'm going to be able to review whatever they're sending me back. And I can approve or deny. They even have the option to ask for an exception on any of the requirements that I give for them. And then I will receive that exception request. I'll be able to take a look at any of the reasons that they have written out for me, and I can even comment back. I can approve or reject that exception. Over here on the right-hand side, I can see a list of recent activities. And down here, I can visualize all of my contractors all in one spot. And I, of course, can filter this any way that I want. Maybe I want to filter by all of my approved or new contractors. So if I click into one of my contractors, I hit manage, and now I can see that all of my information is really tailored to this specific contractor. So I have info and contacts up here. My tasks pending are now filtered to be specific to Tona's roofing. My recent activities are filtered. And here's where I can see the requirements that I've set for this specific contractor. And now I can review anything that I've approved. I can review anything that's still pending in approval. So it's really waiting for me to approve or reject this one. I can even undo my approval. So all of the information specific to the contractor stays under the contractor. And now I'm back to my contractor management dashboard.